What is up guys, it's your boy Solam here, back with another Dragonflight gold making video. So today I want to make a little bit of a different video. Once again, we're doing a lot of different stuff lately, but I just want to talk about different ways to make some gold in the expansion, maybe to spark some ideas for you guys as well. And right now I think we are in what I would like to call the downtime of gold making. We're basically between two major content patches. We are just in the middle of the launch itself, and maybe patch 10.1, which might be 2 to 3 months away, who really knows just now. But based on the fact that we just got patch 10.0.5, I do think Dragonflight is moving at a rather rapid pace, a good pace for that matter, but we are basically in a downtime now where nothing new in terms of gold making and gold farming is really coming out, except for white and grey transmog items, which is pretty huge for the people that are into transmog farming, but if you're not, well, there's not really that many new things for you. Either way, let's talk about something new in this video. It's not really new, but it's a different way to make gold, and based on the fact that we are in what I would like to call the downtime right now, I do think a lot of people are turned to leveling alts and just leveling characters in general in Dragonflight, so let's talk about how to utilize those characters to make a lot of gold either while leveling or at max level while gearing up. Now, as this is a gold making video, after all, I do want to say that if you want even more gold making information, I have a gold making guide as well for Dragonflight, which is linked down below, and you can check this one out for access to even more gold farms, gold making strategies, auction house strategies, and how to make gold with professions in Dragonflight. So if that's interesting to you, check it out through the link down below in the video description, or the pinned comment as well, and use the code Solheim to get it for half price. Let's get into it. So first off, you can do battlegrounds and get some very good boxes. They're called Victorious Contenders Strongbox, and you can get this epic one on your first victory of the day in these different battlegrounds. And usually what I do is a random battleground and a random epic battleground. You can also do the arena skirmish, and this is a super easy way to make some additional gold every single day on every single alt you have, and it's basically something you can do while you're gearing up your character, and it doesn't even feel like you're trying to make gold. You're doing a regular battleground or an epic battleground, and you're getting a lockbox that you can open up, and this lockbox can contain a stockpile of various goods and may contain professional reagents, recipe scrolls, PvP consumables, and more. Now, the recipe scrolls are what you want to be on the lookout for here, even though it can contain some professional reagents as well. That's gonna be like a couple hundred gold per strong box, but the PvP, the recipe scrolls you can get here for your professions, that is where the major gold is going to come from. So if you go to the auction house right now, we can search up patterns, and you can search up for something called Crimson Combatant, and if you go to recipes as well while searching for this, you can see a lot of different recipes, both for tailoring and also for leatherworking, and I do think they are for blacksmithing as well, but yeah, blacksmithing all the way down here. So you can see a lot of different patterns varying from the price of a couple hundred gold or 100 gold all the way to 10,000 gold, and I think the average price is going to be between 1 and 2,000 gold. It's not something that will make you absolutely rich by any means, but you can make some really decent amount of gold by doing some regular activities like PvP if you're looking to gear up through PvP activities, and it doesn't even feel like you're farming gold at all, but you can make some gold by doing like regular daily or weekly activities, like for example number 1, battlegrounds, like we just talked about, and getting these recipes right here. You also have the chance to get recipes for something called Infurious as well, and I do think they are selling for a little bit more. Like you have the pattern down here. Pattern for Infurious Hide is selling for 3k, the Infurious Scales are selling for 7k, and the Infurious Alloy is selling for 10k. So you have quite a few patterns that you can get, and they're selling for a lot of gold as well. Next up, simply doing the raid finder. So by doing the raid finder, you can get some very easy recipes as well, especially if you have alchemy, and I would recommend if you have an empty professional slot to just grab alchemy before doing raids, so you have the option of looting these items. So right here you have 3 different LFR tools you can sign up for. I will say the last one, aka the last boss, is a little bit difficult still. I tried this one yesterday on my alt, and I even got one of the recipes myself on my shaman. but let's talk about this one super quickly. So you have a couple of bosses here. You want to have a minimum item level of 359, I think it was, to queue up for LFR. So 359, and then you can get 2 recipes from LFR as well, for alchemy specifically. So you have these 2 right here. The potion absorption inhibitor, this is the one that I got yesterday myself, and this one is selling for 188,000 gold on my auction house, and the region market value average is 135,000 gold. This one is region, it's realm specific though, so check out the price on your realm and see if it's something you want to try to farm for, and if you do, you can just gear up some characters through LFR or even normal if you want to, and make sure to have alchemy, that way you can roll on this one when or if it drops for you. And the same thing goes for this one, which has a lower drop chance but a much higher price. So this one right here, also a BOE, and it's selling for 750k on my server, and it even has a region market value of 791k or almost 800k, selling for a lot of gold definitely. And once again, you need to have alchemy for both of these to be able to roll on them. So for example, when I did LFR, the reason I won this one is that out of 25 people, only 2 people had alchemy, so I rolled against 1 other person. So doing 1 run of LFR gave me 188,000 gold theoretically, but I used it myself on my shaman to make profit while I'm crafting. So definitely consider doing some LFR runs if you want to gear up and make some gold at the same time. Just make sure to pick up alchemy. Other than that, it is also worth noting the formula for the illusions for Primal Frost, Air, Earth and Fire are now actually tradable, like they got fixed a couple of weeks ago. So now you can get these ones even if you don't have Enchanting, and you can put them on the auction house, so they're literally BOE right now. And you can see one of them, like the Primal Fire, still sells for a lot of gold. Primal Earth also sells for a hefty amount, but Primal Air and Primal Frost, especially on my server, aren't selling for that much. But the Primal Earth and Primal Fire definitely selling for a lot of gold, and I do know that quite a few people are farming these storms for gearing purposes anyway, so you might want to be on the lookout. Like, check your auction house right now, go to recipes, go to Enchanting, find the 1 or 2 most expensive formulas, and try to do those 2 storms as often as possible, and at least kill that rare boss, because I think that one has a much higher chance of dropping them. So get the rare as much as possible on those most expensive storms for you while gearing up your characters through those storms. Now, while we're talking about the Primal Storms, we have a new Primalist Fury event as well that is happening in this patch, and from this event you can actually pick up some cosmetic items that are currently selling for a lot on the auction house, especially the fire ones. So be on the lookout for those fire Primalist events and try to get these ones, both the Ember, the Primal Revenant's Firewall, which is the shield that you can get right here, and also the Ember Blade as well. That way you can see what they look like here. They look super cool in my opinion. So these ones right here selling for a lot of gold, and definitely worth trying to get if you're doing those events anyway for gearing purposes. And now you have another reason to do them, so you can catch 2 birds with 1 stone and just gear up and farm gold at the same time. Either way, that's going to be the video for today. Just wanted to talk a little bit more about how to make gold by doing your usual regular activities, and specifically tailored towards the leveling up and gearing up alt and making gold at the same time in this downtime period. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, please consider dropping a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more gold making videos. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.